Okay, we're going to be doing a newborn exam. We have just washed our hands. We have donned new clean gloves and are going to be doing the newborn exam. So we're going to start by taking the baby's temperature with our thermometer. We've got an axillary thermometer here. We're going to place it in baby's armpit and bring the arm down against the thermometer and press the power button and wait, and then record the results. Keeping baby nice and warm and comfy during the exam. We're going to start with the head and make our way down to the toes, checking the fontanelles to ensure that fontanelles are open and checking sutures and determining the degree of overlap, evaluating for any hematoma or caput that may be present. Fontanelles are open. Coming down around baby's head, we're going to check the ears for recoil. And noting placement and checking for any tags in the ears. Coming around to the neck, checking lymph nodes for any swelling. And then coming across the clavicles to ensure that they are intact. We'll check baby's palate with a clean gloved hand. We're going to insert our finger into baby's mouth. We're checking for sucking reflex. We're also checking the top of the palate to ensure that it is intact. And then we can also check for tongue and lip ties at this stage of the exam. Eyes are open. We're checking for any scleral hemorrhage. We're checking for any swelling and the placement of the eyes and nose. And then making our way down, checking the breast buds and determining measurement there. And then we can take a brachial pulse, determining brachial pulse. Counting fingers. Palmar reflex is present. We can test for Moro reflex at this point. Scarf sign for gestational age. See how far across baby's body the arm will go. And then straighten the arms and check for recoil. Checking for the square window in the hand, folding the hand down to see how flexible the wrist is. And then we're going to feel down the abdomen, checking for any masses. No masses are present. We're in the thorax right now, so we're going to go ahead and take a listen. Listening to all 4 quadrants of the heart. And then listening to the lungs as well. We're making note of pulse.
Why are those stripes in his eyes?
Making note if the lungs are clear, if there are any rales, any other sounds that may need to be checked out. Checking for bowel sounds in all 4 quadrants of the abdomen. Make note of if bowel sounds are heard.
Mom, not that Lucy.
Making our way down, we're going to check the hips. Checking for hip rotation. Holding firmly against, we're going to push down and circle.
Mama, he's the best.
Making note of any clicking or catching in the hips. And range of motion. Femoral pulse. Determining if it's equal and detected on both sides. Then coming down to the feet, counting the toes. Plantar grasp. Seeing if their toes will curl around your fingers. Babinski, seeing if the toes flare. And then we're going to go ahead and check genitals. So in a female baby or a baby with vulva, we're going to be checking to see if the labia majora are covering the labia minora or if the labia minora are poking out past, and making note of that. Also determining if there are any tags, and if the baby has a penis and testes, we're going to check and make sure testes have descended. We're also checking to see if there is any epispadia or hypospadia, ensuring that the urethral meatus is at the tip of the penis. If there is any question of that, then they may want to be referred to a physician to have that checked out. And then turning baby over. At this stage, they can show you stepping reflex, holding baby here. They will generally Take a step. It's baby's first trick. They're showing them just how magical they are. Baby will often be showing you that they can hold up their head at this stage of the exam as well. Checking the spine. We're going to come down the back to determine the angle, if the spine is straight, if there are any dimples or any tufts of hair. And then we're going to check to see if creases are even. Checking the anus to make sure it's patent. And going ahead and turning baby over. At this stage of the exam, the kids ran off with my measuring tape. We're going to measure baby's head. We're going to do the occipitofrontal diameter. We're going to measure baby's head. Then we'll come down and measure shoulders and abdomen. We'll measure length from crown of the head. And I like to do this on a Chuck's pad, and I'll make a mark at the top of the head. And then either have an assistant help hold baby there, or gently holding baby's head there and stretching the leg, having someone help ensure that they haven't moved, and then making a mark at the heel and then measuring that. Instead of actually measuring baby's body, I feel like it's a little bit more tricky that way. And then measuring their length, and then we will also take their weight. I have a sling and scale, but my scale is broken right now. Oh, measuring tape is right here, so we'll go ahead and measure baby. It was hiding from me. So measuring in inches, we're going to measure around baby. So this baby has a 10.5-inch head, and then coming down to the shoulders. Shoulders are 11. And sliding down one more measurement at the belly. We've got 10.5. So now we're going to take length. For this demonstration, we'll go ahead and we'll just line this up with the crown of baby's head and stretch to the baby's heel. Marking with my fingers, I'm going to bring it out and check, and we've got 12.25 inches is how long baby is. And recording all of that as we go. And then we'll go ahead and weigh baby and record baby's measurements. And then we're going to instruct parents on how to apply the first diaper, applying oil to the bum to help prevent meconium from sticking to their bum, and then turning over baby for their time with their parents and further bonding, and providing postpartum instructions.